Don, as you can see, snow continues to fall with high winds. Right now, we are at 6th and Hampshire. We can see behind me the snowplow that did get stuck right in the middle of this intersection. Don, like I said earlier, snow continues to come down, but the real issue here is the wind. I have this yardstick here, and when I stick it in a drift right here, you can see the drifts are up to a foot. Alexandra, here on the Quincy Riverfront, water continues to rise and quickly. As you can see here at the Pier Restaurant, since this morning, the water has made its way over and starting to go into the parking lot. Jean and Alexandra, today the group Mothers Against Drunk Driving gathered here to pass out these red ribbons. When you get them, you tie them on your car just like this as a reminder to not drink and drive. Now, QPD takes this matter very seriously as they say they lose too many lives to drunk driving. Jean and Alexandra, whether you're having car problems, broken down on the side of the road, or in a serious emergency, you're going to want help to get to you as soon as possible. However, sometimes when you call 911, dispatchers are going to think that you're miles away from where you actually are. Alexandra, right now I'm at the Central Junior High School where students have been hard at work on projects like this one. Right now I'm in the 7th and 8th grade science lab where students are getting hands-on learning with their science projects. Jean and Alexandra, this library won't be as quiet as you think during winter break as students all around the tri-states have the opportunity to get ahead in the classroom and financially. You just walked in the door, kind of explain what you walked into. You were just re-elected for state representative of the 93rd district. Yes. Kind of tell me how it was just walking into this. I know I just grabbed you.
It's just awesome.
If you look down here and look at the snow, you'll see it's very thick and icy. And if you look under, you can actually see some ice down there. Police say because of the rain and the sleet that we had earlier that they are making these roads very icy. Jean and Alexandra, police say something as simple as this. Mail piled up in your mailbox can easily let burglars know that you're not home. Jean and Alexandra, I'm here at the Maple Avenue Christian Church in Macomb, which voting officials say is one of the busiest voting sites here in McDonough County. Alexandra, right now I'm in the Quincy University courtroom where soon teenage offenders will have the chance to come here to learn their punishments. Jean and Alexandra, here's the problem. This bay behind me is filling up with sediment. It's been happening since the lock and dam was built way back in the 30s. Alexandra, right now I'm standing in front of the first tiny home to come to Quincy. You can see it behind me. It was given to a veteran just last month. And soon, when you walk over to the property right next door, you could see another tiny home. Jean and Alexandra, Quincy University history students took a break from their typical class today. They watched the confirmation hearing on TV as their professor told them that history repeats itself. I'm here at Simpkins Hall, which is the house to the English department here at Western Illinois University. Alexandra, it's going real well. People are continuing to come in and out and fill these buckets with all sorts of non-perishable food items. Since I've been here, all 3 of these bins right here have been filling up and filling up quickly. So they're getting their list, they're going in. Hi Jean, hi Alexandra. We are here at the Hy-Vee on Harrison for the Fall Harvest Blitz. And as you can see, we're standing here at the entrance. I'm joined by my friends at the Salvation Army who are passing out these lists. As you can see, these lists have things on them so people know exactly what types of food and hygiene products that they're looking for. And since I've been here, we've filled more than 2 of these bins right here. Jean and Alexandra, I'm here at the McDonough County Courthouse where people had the chance to come in and early vote and register to vote all day today. However, down the street at Western Illinois University, students say it hasn't been that easy as they're running into hurdles when trying to vote. It's a familiar sight along the Mississippi River, but in an unusual time.
We knew we were going to be in trouble because the river was coming up again in an odd time of year again, but we did it yesterday.
Pier Restaurant manager Richard Cole says they spent yesterday putting up a ramp and a steel door so they can remain open.
Once it's sealed up, we're done. That's all we can do. Again, what we do is any water that trickles through the door goes into the elevator shaft, gets pumped back out into the river. So as long as we don't have a breach of the door, we're good to go.
The flooding caught some customers off guard, especially those from out of town.
I just had no idea the water was up. I don't know why, but it was kind of a surprise when we came over, the road and down the road to the restaurant. I thought, oh my gosh, we won't be able to eat lunch.
While the pier is up and running, other businesses along the river, like the Rocky Point Club, aren't so lucky.
We were expecting the water to rise to about 21 1.5, 22 feet yesterday, and it's up over 23. So overnight, it's really jumped.
Roy Riddle says they have raised everything up off the floor by a foot, but with the water quickly rising, it's going to be a busy night.
We would like to just sandbag the doors, the entry points, because if it's only a foot or so, we can keep most of it out with sandbags.
Both businesses are ready to fight the flood.
Still get in. The only thing is we don't have a lifeguard on duty, so you're on your own coming across the ramp.
A busy morning at the Macomb Police Department as Lieutenant Jeff Hammer patrols the roads near Macomb High School.
All right, we're going to go do a follow the bus detail and do some distracted driving enforcement.
Something MPD deems important, which is why they send officers out to follow school buses and patrol school zones. Hamer says he sits next to the schools to make sure drivers are being cautious of kids as they arrive to school.
What we're looking for mainly is people using their phone while they're driving or not being buckled up.
This extra enforcement puts parents like Clarissa Martin at ease when she sends her 5-year-old son off to Lincoln Elementary on a school bus every day.
I know that there is authority there that I would hope is seeing and watching everything that goes on, and if anything does happen, they're right there on the scene to protect them and make sure that they're always safe.
The Macomb Police Department goes around almost every morning enforcing a handful of rules to keep your kids safe while on the roads. And if you're not following those rules...
Central 116 traffic. Morning, I'm Lieutenant Hamer, Macomb Police. I stopped you for using your phone while you were driving.
While this driver wasn't in the school zone, Hamer says he hopes issuing tickets will keep drivers aware at all times, especially in school zones and in traffic with school buses.
But the important thing is not about revenue generation. It's about getting the safety message out there that the buses are out there. They're carrying our most precious commodity, our children, and we need to make sure they get to school safely.
Biernat, WGEM News, Macomb.